everyone and welcome to today's video. So today I have decided to take some of my favourite Pokemon and to use these Pokemon to create some inspired eyeshadow looks. Now all the looks will be really wearable, and here's the first one. Okay, so my first favourite Pokemon is Magnemite. So you can probably tell that this first look is going to be using the colours of Magnemite, and that's red and blue and silver. I've already got the rest of my face ready, so I can just focus on the eye makeup. I'm going to be starting on the outer part of my eye, and that's going to be the first shade, which is going to be our silver shade, and for that I'm using my Jeffree Dawson Conspiracy palette, and in particular I'm going to be using shade Diet Cola, which is silver. I've just got a kind of a medium-sized soft brush. So this is a really metallic-y silver, which is the shade that I wanted to do this look. So literally just get that down on the outer section of the eye up to about halfway across your eyelid. This is probably a really random video idea, but I mean, who doesn't love a bit of nostalgia? I loved Pokemon when I was a kid, and I thought it would be a fun way to try out some different colour combinations. I'm actually using 3 palettes for this look, so I've got a shade from each. I didn't have a palette that had all the colours in that I wanted. Okay, once that is down on the first eye, so you should have about halfway up. Obviously don't worry if you go too far, because we're going to go over with another shade anyway. So I'm just going to do the second eye now so that we're all even. There's both of my eyes done with the silver shade now, and next I'm going to be doing the red shade, which of course is on Magnemite's magnets. And for this red shade I'm actually going to be using my James Charles palette, and I'm going to use You're Kidding. I think I did test out like 2 or 3 different red shades from various palettes before deciding on this one, but I felt this one was like the proper red that I wanted. So You're Kidding is just going to go on this part of my eye, so basically the other half of my eyelid. I did put down a really light eye base for this because I thought it would help the colours really stand out. You just want to get this blended into the silver. So there's the first eye with the red shade done, and I wouldn't worry if any of the silver does get onto the red, because the whole look is kind of metallic-y anyway. I mean, it's a metal Pokemon, so you know, what do we really expect? But you should have a nice blend between the two, so you haven't just got like a big line down your eyelid, you know, making the colours look really different. It should just seamlessly blend from one to another. And obviously just get the second eye done, just looking the same. I have actually switched my brush for a smaller one. I think the other one was a bit too big. Okay, and I've done the red shade on my second eye now, so looking all nice and even. I'll give a bit of a close-up. So you probably guessed the last shade that we'll be using for this look is blue, and for the blue shade I'm going to be using my Blue Blood palette, because I mean, what other better palettes have we got for some great blue shades? And I'm actually going to be using Blue Monday for this look. It reminds me of like the Pepsi can colour. That's the tone of blue that I was looking for when I was planning this look. And for this I've just got a flatter brush, and I'm just going to go all on my lower lash line with this shade. So just get the pop of blue all the way along the lower lash line. And I've just done this blue wing as well, so just taking the same flat brush, literally just follow the line that you've already made just to the edge of the silver shade, and I'll just have to get the same done for the other eye. And there is the eyeshadow done on both eyes. The hardest bit probably was getting this wing even to this wing, but this is definitely giving me Magnemite vibes with the 3 colours. All I need to do now just to complete the look is to do the eyeliner and the mascara, and I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild Kohl pencil and my Maybelline Great Lash mascara. You could do a blue eyeliner. The only blue eyeliner that I had was more of a metallic blue and didn't really fit in with the darker matte blue that I've got on the under eye. So I'm just going to use eyeliner on the waterline. I'm not going to do any eyeliner on the top of the eye. I'll just do the eyeliner on the second eye. Well, there's the eyeliner done, and last step, as I mentioned, is just to put the mascara on. And there's my mascara all done, and I have the completed look. I'll just give you a close-up so you can see it a bit better. I think this look is really fun. It's definitely really easy to do, really simple. Obviously, if you've got all of the colour shades, colours together, I think are really nice. I will be doing 2 more looks inspired by 2 more of my favourite Pokemon. And just to give a bit of a spoiler, I suppose, the other 2 Pokemon will be Pikachu and Caterpie. So you can probably get an idea of what colours we're going for those 2 looks, but do stick around for the other 2 looks. I hope that you enjoyed the first look, and for the second Pokemon inspired look, I'm going to be using the colours from Caterpie. So these are yellows, greens and red, and let's get to it. The first colour I'm going to use for this look is going to be the yellow, and for this I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Forever Flawless Fire palette, and specifically this yellow shade here, which is Ignite. This is a really great palette, but I've picked it for the yellow shade for this look. And I've got a kind of medium-sized fluffy brush, and I'm going to be starting above my crease for this shade. I actually got quite a lot of yellow shades of eyeshadow, so I did spend a good while picking out which one I thought would be the best. So you can just pop this shade on in semicircle motions, just so it's all evenly distributed. And then just to get some softer lines, if you do more circular motions, you'll get a softer edge. I will just do the same for the other eye as well. Now I'm happy with the placement and blend of the yellow shade. I'm going to be going in with my first green shade, and I'm going to be using the James Charles palette, and I'm going to be using this green here, which is Social Blade. I've got a smaller brush again for this, and so this shade's just going to go in the crease, and I'm going to get that blended into the yellow as well. It's why I've opted for this more limey green, because it will give a better blend than a much darker green, but we'll get to that shortly. All you want to do is just follow the same shape as I've already got down for the yellow shade. Just use that literally as a guide. First, just make sure that the shade's down before worrying about getting it blended. Once that's all in the crease, just take a bigger clean brush, and to blend, just do circular motions up into the yellow. You just want the 2 colours to look seamless with one another. So once that's all blended, you can just do exactly the same for the other eye, and so I'll get that done now. Now the yellow and the green shades are blended, I'll be moving on to my second green shade, and for this I'll be focusing on the outer corner of my lid. And this time I've got my Beauty Bay Brights palette, and the shade that I will be using first of all from this palette is Granny Smith, which is this one here. I will also be using Frosted Lime, but I will move on to that after I've done Granny Smith. For this shade I'm going to be using a flatter brush, and I'm going to start just in the outer corner here. So this isn't too dissimilar to Social Blade, but it is a tiny bit darker. It's not so limey. And I just want this literally just on the outer part of the lid. And you want this to just be approximately a third way across your eyelid, and just exactly the same for the other eye as well. Again, blending no higher than the first green shade, because we still want to keep that bit of differentiation between the yellow and the green. And then the final green shade for this look is also from the Beauty Bay Brights palette, and it was this one here, Frosted Lime. And this is a really lovely shimmery lime green shade, and I thought for this look it would just add a little pop of glitter and extra brightness. So for this I've got another flat brush, but the bristles are a bit firmer this time, just so I can get this packed on, because with the glitter shade I didn't want to move it around too much and lose obviously the glitter effect. And basically once you've got that all packed on, you can just do exactly the same for the other eye. There is the shimmer shade done. The final colour eyeshadow I'll be using will be red, and for that I'll be going under my lower lashes. Again, I'll be using a red shade from the Beauty Bay Brights palette, and this time it is shade Cherryade, which is this one just here. There was a few reds to pick from in this palette, but I opted for Cherryade in the end. I've just got a small-ish brush again, and just starting on the outer portion, and then you just want to work your way in to the inner of the eye, and then just get the same done on the other eye as well. And there is the red on the under eye done. I'm definitely feeling like I'm doing the Caterpie colours some justice. For the black that is on Caterpie, I'm just going to be using a black eyeliner pencil and black mascara. I've just got my Wet n Wild pencil and my Maybelline Great Lash. So I'll just get my eyeliner and my mascara done, and then we can have a look at the final overall look. There's the eyeliner done, and I've just got to do my mascara just to finish off this Caterpie inspired look. And there is the final completed Pokemon look number 2, and this one was of course Caterpie. I'll just give you a close-up just so you can see everything a bit more clearly. Out of the 2 looks I've done so far, I don't actually have a favourite yet, so if you have a favourite, obviously let me know in the comments. And don't forget to stay tuned for my third and final Pokemon inspired look. I'm back now for the third and final look. I hope that you did enjoy the other 2 looks. And for the final look, I'm going to be using the colours from Pikachu to create this eyeshadow look. I'm going to start this look off by laying down a light brown base colour, and for that I'm going to be using my Beauty Bay Origin palette, and more specifically I'm going to be using shade Base 6. So I've just taken sort of a mid-sized fluffy brush, and I'm just going to be placing that all over and just on that outer corner as well. And now I'll start to sweep it all over just to get it a bit more evenly distributed. We'll get it right down to the lid as well. So I will just get the same done on the other eye as well. And there's the first light brown shade down. I'm going to be going in next just into the crease with a slightly darker brown, and again I'm going to be using my Origin palette, and this time I'm going to be using this colour here, which is Transition 7. So it's a slightly darker brown, but not too dark just yet. So you want to do the crease and the outer V with this shade. And then just to blend that, just do circular motions up into the shade we've got already, and that will just get those 2 shades blended nicely. And then you can just do exactly the same for the other eye as well. Now I'm going to be going in with the darkest brown shade for this look, and for this brown I'm going to be using Diet Root Beer from the Conspiracy palette. Diet Root Beer here, so this is the darkest brown in this entire look, and for this just really focus on the outer corner. We don't want to go too high up into the shades you've got already. Just lay this down and kind of blend as you go, and then you'll be all done with your brown shades on the top lid. Now it's time to do the yellow shade, and for this I'm going to be using my Beauty Bay Bright palette, and the yellow shade I'm going to be using is Hello Sunshine, definitely the brightest yellow that's in this palette. I'm just going to be taking a flat brush just so I can get the yellow shade really packed on the remainder of my eyelid. I always find it useful with these brighter shades just to get a really light eye base down, because it just really helps keep the colours really vivid. So again, before I look to do any blending, just get the yellow shade all packed on. So not quite to the top, we still want to see a little bit of that brown sort of all the way through the look. Once the yellow shade is all packed on, just take a clean, bigger, fluffy brush and just blend it gently into the brown shades. And then I'm just going to do exactly the same on the other eye. And I'm just going to do under my lower lashes now. So I'm going to go back in with Diet Root Beer just on the outer part, and then I'm going to do Hello Sunshine on the inner part, just so it coordinates with the top part of my eye. So just starting in the outer corner and just bringing it up into the top. For the yellow on the lower lash line, it's exactly the same as for the brown, just taking the same brush once you kind of cleaned off some of that brown shade, and just bring that out to the middle. Just a couple of little swipes and you can get the two blended in. Now the yellow and the brown are both done on the lower lash line. You may be thinking, where is our red shade? Because of course Pikachu with his little red cheeks. And don't fear, it's coming now. For the red, I'm using my Revolution Forever Flawless Fire palette, and I'm going to be using shade Red Hot, so just a really vibrant red colour. I've got quite a small brush again because I'm just going to pop a dot literally in the corner here. So just a little pop of red, and again same on the other side. And there's the little pop of red just in the corner. So we've got pretty much all of the colours of Pikachu now. The last colour to do is just black, and for that I'm going to be using a black eyeliner on my waterline, and I'm also going to do a black eyeliner just on the top lid as well. For this I've got my Technic Skinny Liner. The eyeliner is just going to go on the top. You just want to do a little wing, and there's one eyeliner done. I just do the same on the other eye now as well. Now the liquid eyeliner's done, so again just quite subtle, just a small wing, just to have that little flash of black in the entire look. Lastly, I just need to do the eyeliner in my waterline, and I'm going to be using a black pencil for that. And then I just need to do the mascara as well, and I'll be using a black mascara for this look. All the eyeliner is completed now, and lastly, as I said, just to do the mascara, I'll be using my Benefit Bad Gal Bang for this. And there is my Pikachu inspired look all completed. I'll just give you a close-up. I think this is probably my favourite out of all the three looks. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a yellow and a brown eyeshadow look. I found this really fun, and it was really cool and really interesting for me to take inspiration from some of my favourite Pokemon. Bit random, but it's definitely helped me to put together some different colour combinations that maybe I wouldn't have necessarily thought of doing. Maybe it will help you do the same as well if you're always using the same colour eyeshadows, just to try out some new looks, or just, yeah, some new colour combinations. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I look forward to seeing you again in my next video.